Hi there and welcome back. In the last episode of this series, I've introduced you to a special feature called archiving of our guest registrations and separating the active guest registrations from the inactive records in order to make our registrations more manageable for the users. Before we proceed to the billing process, I'd like to add more features that will be useful, especially considering that our hotel management system will be used in a network environment, which means that this will be used by not just a single user. This will be used by two or three users. Like for example, when a guest approaches the front desk of a hotel, the front desk clerk may be talking to the guest who is ready to occupy a room, while on the back end, the hotel manager is talking to another on the phone to another guest also trying to get a reservation. So therefore, uh, all the users should be able to see the available data that is being transacted so that they will be able to complete or rather make the proper reservations. Now I've also added a column as indicating who created the the document or the registration so that they will right away know, who to consult regarding the details of newly created registrations. So I have done that by creating a related field, which I will show in the GitHub repository. Okay. We know that all users can be found in a model in Odoo called res_users. So therefore, we can create a related field. Let me show you that to you now. A related field indicating the login name. Okay, there it is, creator login. Okay, using created UID is a metadata that's included in each table. Okay, so we are relating this to created UID and particularly the login field of REST users. Odoo knows that already because create UID by default is related to REST_underscore users. That's why we have the created by here, which displays the login name of the user who created the guest reservation. Now, I'd like to introduce to you a special feature that is used to create a refresh button. We need a refresh button here so that users from time to time can know what other users are doing with our registration. Okay, so we are going to make a special action, a Python action. It's an object action in Python that will create a window action. Remember, we have distinguished between a window action and an object action. An object action calls a Python function. A window action opens a form, whether a form or a list view. So in this case, we are going to create the refresh button by creating a Python object action that will create a window action, okay, that will refresh this screen. Okay, it sounds a little complicated, but the actual code is actually simple. Okay, now first let's head over to our guest registration.py and create the button action for the refresh button. Okay, so let's stop our server. Okay, this is our guest registration.py. We'll go right away to the bottom. Okay, and I have already figured it out, no? So it's a very short function. Let's do that, no? Let's save this. So this is action refresh guest list. Okay, so this is the window action, no? We know that it's a window action because of the type. It's an ir.actions.client. Okay, it's going to be returned to the client as a window action, and the process that is going, rather the step that is going to be done is indicated by the tag field. It's called reload. It will reload the whole field, the whole web page. But anyway, there are ways to reload a portion of that, but we'll not discuss that today or in this episode. Okay, for the moment, this very short function will refresh our user screen so that changes done by other users will be reflected in his user interface. Okay, so that's the object action that returns a window action that will trigger, okay, the web page to be displayed. Okay, so now let's go back to our guest registration.xml. We have the list view here. We are going to put a header that will host the refresh button. Okay, we already know that, no? Why do we put it in a header? So that it will not be included as one of the fields. Okay, so we have a header which has a single button, and take note, the name of the button is also the name of the Python action. Okay, this is of object type because it will call a Python function. It will have a refresh label, it will have a font awesome icon, it will be primary. Now there's a property called display. We should have always set this as always, no? Display equals always. It will not destroy our current header, no? It will just squeeze itself inside the current header, okay, and will call the corresponding action. Okay, now let's save this. Let's save everything to make sure, and let's upgrade. Okay, likewise we'll go to apps, we'll go to activate the developer mode. We don't have to update uplist because it has been read many times. Okay, and then we'll just upgrade. Okay, I hope there's no error. Having none, let's test our registration. Now we have the refresh button. Okay, and now we also have the created by. Okay, now let me demonstrate creating another registration by using my local computer. Remember, I'm connected to my server separately, so let me just open my remote. Okay, this is the remote computer. Okay, so let me go to the hotel system and create a new registration. Take note, there's a created by here. Okay, I've created several rooms. Okay, so I'll say 2, and then let's change this and let's save. Okay, so the created by, the date, and the GRC number. Let's go to the guest registrations. Look at that, we have one more registration, but in the other host there's none. Okay, that's because a different user is using it there. Okay, so the user there, okay, must from time to time click the refresh, and there he sees the registration created by the manager at the back. Okay, he can look at it, he will know that this is the guest, and it will be occupying room 203. Okay, and it's created by a particular user. Okay, so this is a very useful facility, especially when several users are working on the same system, you know, creating registrations, receiving payments, checking out guests, and so on and so forth. They should be aware also of the other activities done by other users. So we do that using a refresh button, and take note that it's just inserted there, okay, by our header. Inserted by our header. Okay, so I hope you see the point. Thanks for watching this episode, and see you in the next one.